Have you ever wondered if there's actually one meal, just one, that could dramatically lower your risk of a heart attack or stroke? I'm not talking about a complicated diet plan, or spending hours counting calories, or some fancy superfood that costs a fortune. I mean a simple, delicious meal that you could eat right at home, that science shows can literally protect your heart, clean your arteries, and reduce inflammation in your body. Today, I'm going to reveal what I believe is the 5-1 best meal to prevent a heart attack and stroke. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to eat, how it works, and why this one meal could actually save your life. Now, before we get into it, let me ask you something, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about heart health? Maybe you picture jogging, or taking fish oil capsules, or eating less red meat. And yes, all those things matter, but here's the truth: most people don't realize your heart health isn't just about what you avoid, it's about what you add to your plate. Because there are foods so powerful, they don't just prevent damage, they actually help your arteries heal. So, let's start with a story. A few years ago, researchers in Spain conducted one of the most famous studies ever done on heart health, the PREDIMED study. They took thousands of people who were at high risk of heart disease and split them into groups. One group ate a low-fat diet, the kind most people think is healthy. Another group ate a Mediterranean-style diet loaded with olive oil, nuts, vegetables, and whole foods. After 5 years, the results shocked the medical world. The Mediterranean group had a 30% lower risk of heart attack and stroke.
30%?
That's not a small improvement. That's life-changing. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. When scientists dug deeper, they discovered that one particular type of meal consistently showed the strongest heart protective effects. And this meal wasn't complicated. In fact, it was something people in places like Greece, Italy, and southern Spain have been eating for generations. So what's in it? Picture this. A colorful plate with grilled salmon or sardines, a side of mixed vegetables drizzled with extra virgin olive oil, a handful of walnuts, and maybe a slice of whole grain bread or quinoa on the side. That's it. This kind of meal, a combination of healthy fats, lean protein, fiber, and antioxidants, is what scientists now call a heart protective plate. You see, heart disease doesn't happen overnight. It builds quietly over years. Tiny bits of plaque form inside your arteries, inflammation slowly damages the lining, and eventually, blood flow gets blocked. That's when disaster strikes, a heart attack or stroke. But the good news is your body is incredibly resilient. When you start feeding it the right way, it begins to repair itself. The omega-3 fatty acids in fish like salmon actually help reduce triglycerides and lower inflammation. The olive oil provides monounsaturated fats that protect your arteries from oxidative stress. The nuts give your heart magnesium and plant sterols that lower bad cholesterol. And the vegetables, well, they bring in fiber, potassium, and antioxidants that keep blood pressure stable and arteries flexible. I like to call this the golden plate. Because when you eat this combination regularly, say a few times a week, you're doing something medicine can't always do. You're treating the root cause of heart disease instead of just the symptoms. Now, maybe you're thinking, okay, but what if I don't like fish? No problem. The beauty of this kind of meal is that you can adapt it. If you're vegetarian, you can swap out the fish for lentils or chickpeas, which are packed with protein and fiber. You can add avocado for healthy fat, or tofu sautéed in olive oil for a plant-based omega-3 boost. What matters is the combination: healthy fats, lean protein, and colorful produce. That's what creates the magic. But let me back up for a second and explain why this meal works so well on a cellular level. Every second, your heart is pumping blood through about 60,000 miles of blood vessels, arteries, veins, and capillaries. When these vessels are smooth and elastic, blood flows easily, but when they get inflamed, or coated with sticky cholesterol, that's when things start to go wrong. One tiny plaque rupture can create a clot that blocks blood flow to your heart or brain. That's a heart attack or stroke. Now, here's where diet becomes your superhero. The antioxidants and polyphenols in olive oil actually protect the endothelium. That's the thin inner layer of your arteries. Omega-3s from fish make your blood less sticky, so clots are less likely to form. Fiber from vegetables and whole grains helps remove excess cholesterol from your system before it can build up. And magnesium from nuts and leafy greens helps your blood vessels relax, lowering your blood pressure naturally. So when you put all of this together in one meal, it's like giving your cardiovascular system a tune-up. Imagine pouring clean, smooth oil into a car engine that's been running rough. Suddenly, everything starts working better. Now, here's the crazy part. You don't need to eat like this every single meal to see results. Studies show that even replacing just one meal a day with this kind of heart protective plate can start improving cholesterol levels, blood pressure, and inflammation markers in a matter of weeks. In fact, one clinical trial found that people who swapped their lunch for a Mediterranean-style meal, salmon, olive oil, vegetables, and nuts, saw a 20% drop in their LDL cholesterol in just 1 month. That's the kind of transformation that doesn't just make you feel better, it could literally save your life. But here's the problem: most people don't realize how much damage their daily habits are doing. Processed foods, sugary snacks, refined oils, and excessive salt silently attack your arteries. You might feel fine for years, but underneath the surface your heart is struggling. Then one day, out of nowhere, chest pain, shortness of breath, a stroke, and everyone says it came out of nowhere, but it didn't. It built up meal by meal, choice by choice. That's why this one heart protective meal is so powerful, because it starts reversing that trend. Think of it like flipping a switch from damage mode to healing mode. So, what does this look like in real life? Let me walk you through a perfect example of the F1 meal to prevent a heart attack and stroke. Picture yourself at lunch or dinner time. You start with a piece of grilled salmon, about the size of your palm. You drizzle it with a spoonful of extra virgin olive oil, maybe add a squeeze of lemon, and sprinkle a bit of garlic and herbs. On the side, you have a big serving of steamed or roasted vegetables, broccoli, spinach, carrots, peppers, colorful and vibrant. Then, you add a handful of walnuts or almonds for crunch, maybe a half cup of quinoa or brown rice, and finally a small salad with mixed greens, tomato, and olive oil dressing. Now that's a heart healing plate. It's not fancy, it's not expensive, and it's not boring. It's the perfect blend of flavor, balance, and nutrition. And most importantly, it's sustainable, something you can actually enjoy for the rest of your life. Here's something fascinating, in the famous blue zones, regions of the world where people regularly live to be 100 with very low rates of heart disease, meals like this are the norm. Places like Icaria in Greece, Sardinia in Italy, and Okinawa in Japan, they all have different cuisines, but the pattern is the same: lots of vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats, lean proteins, and almost no processed junk. These people aren't taking fancy supplements or doing extreme diets, they're just eating real, natural food in a balanced way, and their hearts thank them for it. And you know what else? They eat slowly, they share meals with others, they eat mindfully, not in a rush, not in front of a screen. That's another part of heart health that people forget, because your emotional state affects your heart just as much as your food does. Stress raises blood pressure, anxiety increases inflammation, and loneliness can actually double your risk of heart disease. So, when you sit down to enjoy your heart-healthy meal, take a breath, be present. Your body will digest better, your heart rate will calm down, and your body will enter what doctors call the rest and digest mode, the opposite of stress. Now, I want to make something clear. This isn't about perfection. You don't need to give up everything you love or follow a strict plan. The goal is consistency, not restriction. If you can make this kind of meal, rich in omega-3s, olive oil, vegetables and nuts, a regular part of your routine, your body will respond. Over time, your arteries will become more flexible, your blood will flow more smoothly, and your risk of heart attack and stroke will drop dramatically. And here's a little tip: try to include some berries with your meal, like blueberries or strawberries. They're full of anthocyanins, which help strengthen your blood vessels and improve circulation, and a glass of water or green tea instead of soda, that alone can make a difference. So, if I had to name it, the F1 best meal to prevent a heart attack and stroke is this: a Mediterranean-style plate featuring salmon, olive oil, vegetables, nuts, and whole grains. Simple, balanced, delicious, proven by science. But I know you might still be wondering, okay, what if I'm not used to eating this way? Where do I start? The easiest way is to make small swaps. Instead of frying food in vegetable oil, cook with olive oil. Instead of white rice, try quinoa or brown rice. Instead of chips, snack on almonds or walnuts. And instead of skipping breakfast or grabbing fast food, make a quick bowl of oats topped with berries and a drizzle of olive oil. Yes, you can actually use olive oil in oats, and it tastes amazing. Remember, every meal is a chance to heal. You don't need to be perfect, but every healthy choice builds momentum. Over time, your taste buds change, your cravings shift, and your energy skyrockets. You'll start to feel lighter, clearer, and more in control of your body. And let's be honest, isn't that what we all want? To feel good, strong, confident, and alive. To not live in fear of what could go wrong inside our bodies. That's what this is about. Taking back control through the simplest, most natural medicine on earth, food. I've seen this transformation happen countless times. People who were told they needed medication for high cholesterol or blood pressure started eating this way, and within a few months, their numbers dropped. Their doctors were amazed. Their energy came back, their mood improved. That's the power of real food. Now, let me leave you with something to think about. If you could look inside your arteries right now, what would you see? Are they smooth, open, and flexible, or are they starting to clog up? The good news is you can change that starting today. Your next meal could be the one that starts the healing process. So here's what I want you to do tomorrow. Make this meal. Grill some salmon or your favorite lean protein. Add colorful veggies, drizzle olive oil, toss in some nuts, and take your time eating it. Feel proud knowing that you're literally nourishing your heart with every bite. And as you do, remember this, your heart has been working for you every second of your life, pumping, beating, keeping you alive. Isn't it time to give it something in return? Take care of your heart, and it'll take care of you. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe, because on this channel, we're all about real health, real food, and real results. And trust me, this is just the beginning. In the next video, I'll show you what to avoid, the foods silently destroying your heart from the inside out. You won't want to miss that one. Until then, eat smart, stay active, and remember, the best investment you'll ever make is in your health.